Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is Factorio Space Exploration Plus. In today's episode we're going to work towards getting our Utility Science Pack automation online so that we can progress towards something very important. And that is the atomic bomb, of course, We need to be able to use atomic warfare against the biters, specifically the atomic artillery shell. This thing right here is going to be a whole lot of fun to start playing with. So, in order to get there, we need blues, which we already have, flying robot frames, and low density structures. So we'll start with the flying robot frames, and I needed some electric motors. Off camera I built a small little production line for them. This will make just over 1 a second, and I can afford to make that. And I've buffered just a little bit, so when I need to come grab a little bit here and there, I can do that. And then we'll just take out of there in order to build our flying robot frames, because it requires green circuits, electric engines, batteries, and steel. We have all of those things. The kicker for this one is it takes 20 seconds, and it takes 4 of each of those in that 20-second span. Now, I'm making 1 a second. I'm making 1 electric engine a second. So in order to make the most out of that, I can only consume 1 a second. And this requires 4 in 20 seconds, or 1 every 5 seconds for 1 assembler. So if I put 5 of these assemblers down, right over here, and I choose the flying robot frame. Actually, what I'm going to need to do is give myself a little bit of space, because I'm going to need to put lots of different ingredients on a belt here. So if I wanted to, I could put our electric engines there. Then we need green circuits, batteries, and steel, and it's an even amount. I could just double load this belt. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Bring something down and tie it in right over here. And that something is probably going to be green circuits. We already have green circuits right here. We're using 1 a second down this line, which means we have quite more. This will handle 15 items a second on one side of the belt. So all that I need to do here is steal the greens off of this. And how I did this right here, where I'll only take the greens, is I put down one of these running in this direction, like that, and I can take away this one, but it's coming out this way. And what that allows me to do is it will side load only from the left hand side of this lane, which contains our green circuits. So we dumb filtered. You can smart filter using a fast splitter, but I didn't really want to do that. This is a trick that I've known for a long time, and it's good to show it off every now and then. So that gives us 2 items on that belt, and then we can leave that there and reach across. And then I just need a double-sided belt of batteries and steel. Why did I pick that up? Batteries and steel. Yes. So that's simple enough. We run this down here. I didn't leave myself much room to double-side the belt here. That's okay. Batteries are right here. We're going to break them off. Run a line up. And I just need to bring steel up to here. And steel is also very nearby on the top side of my bus. We're going to underground here, and then everything else will be underground on the bus right here, so I can just break that off and go up. Now with that going down here, we said we can only afford to run 5 of these. And we're going to put base speed modules 1 in, and that gives us just over 1 crafting speed. Gives us 1.05 crafting speed. So it's as close to 1 as we can get. Go ahead and finish this out here and bring our belts up. Okay. We need to power this, and then we just need an output line for our flying robot frames. That's pretty simple. They take 5 seconds to craft. You know, let's mirror this properly, otherwise it will bother some people. There we go. And I'm going to do a simple buffer like I've done with several other things. There's a better way to do it, but you don't have to. I can't remember if these stack to 50 or 100. I'm thinking 50, which means we'll do 1 200 there. Small buffer. And that's so that if it is backed up, I can come and pocket craft some robots here shortly. Have I researched? I believe I've researched robots. Yes, because you can't get worker robot capacity without researching the robots themselves. Okay. But this is what we needed for one component. Now we need low density structures. Low density structures are on this page. They take 10 glass, 10 copper, 5 steel plate, and 10 plastic. So we're going to need to put glass, copper, steel, and plastic. It takes 20 seconds to craft though. That's quite a long time. I'm fairly certain we can handle loading those with long-handed inserters. So I will most likely bring entire lines of resources up here. And that reminds me, I've been trying to sneak this double line of glass here where it really doesn't need to be, because we'll run into something like this. I cannot make it underneath all of these. So what we'll do here, you don't need this extra little bit there. If you have a belt on either side, it knows to side load it. Getting all kinds of crazy with the belts over here. Okay, and we're just going to bring this up a ways. Nope, not right here. I didn't look up before I did that. Shame on me. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to bring it up over here. I pick things up very quickly because I've done the quality of life research for mining speed, which does affect how quickly you pick up entities that you've placed. So that gives us one of our ingredients. We're going to do another one here. Where are we at? Low density structures. And then going to need steel and plastic. So let's eyeball how exactly we're going to do this. So I can put a long-handed here, a long-handed here, and a short here. And then we can bring a third belt in like so. And we will just underground right through there. What this allows us to do is bring 3 full belts in, and it can reach each one of them because this long-handed reaches into the middle. The long-handed that's 1 tile away will reach all the way across, but it can still pass back into the machine. And then I just need 1 on this side that has the 4th ingredient in it. And we will pass out over that 4th ingredient line. This looks like a monster, but it's honestly not that bad. That power pole will end up being a problem. There'll be overlap from this one, so it'll be okay. If I blueprint this, which is what I'm about to do, that power pole would be doubled up everywhere it goes, and it's not necessary. Speaking of, hold on. This takes, can this handle, it can handle a productivity module. Wonderful. Then what we're going to do is 1 productivity tier 1 and 1 speed tier 1 in each one of these. And then we can figure out, I put too many belts up there for that blueprint to work. Also, I need to clean my inventory of all of these extra blueprints. Oh, that's another thing I need to show you. I'm glad I'm looking through here, as I did some work expanding our solar panel assembling. Give this just a second to put everything down, and we'll walk over there and take a look at it. So you'll notice we are building more solar panels and more accumulators, and it's all backed up because I have a limit put on the chest back here. But we were making the tier 1s and then into tier 2s and stopping. I decided that it would be better to make the tier 3s, I think this is. Yep, the Mark 3s, and then go ahead and make Mark 4s. It takes a long time to make a single one of these. It takes so many of these accumulators to make the Mark 1s, and the Mark 1s takes multiple of them to make the Mark 2s, multiple Mark 2s to make the Mark 3s, and so on and so forth. So one of these Mark 4 accumulators probably takes a couple of stacks. I could do the math, but I haven't yet. But it takes an absurd amount of the prior stages of the accumulators. Looks like it takes 3, 3, and 3. So factors of 3. That's crazy. So 3, and that one takes, so the Mark 4 takes 3 Mark 3s. Then that means it's 9 of your Mark 2s to make 1 Mark 4. And that means it's 27 of your Mark 1s to make the Mark 4. And then you got to take 27 and multiply that by 3. And that gives you 81. It takes 81 regular accumulators. And then each step of the way, it requires more green circuits and iron plates, more green circuits and iron plates, more green circuits and iron plates, and at the end, red circuits and steel. Well, I say the end. It's not truly the end, because when you get into better tech, let's see, there are even higher tiers of this. Mark 5, 6, 7, and then 8 looks like a super dark red. Takes blue circuits and steel. But this requires space science. Sciences that you can't do until you get into space. So we won't be doing those yet. This is as far as I can go planet side, Mark 4s. But if you look at this, one Mark 4 solar panel makes 2.34 megawatts. and one Mark IV accumulator can hold 195 megajoules and output 11.72 megawatts and input it. That's crazy. I'll make use of those here shortly because we need the power. But I got distracted. I showed you that. That's something I expanded, and then I worked on the electric engines over here. But now I need to bring more resources up here in the form of plastic. I have steel. I have very easy. I think we're going to do steel on its own line right over here. It doesn't require as much. It's half as much as all the rest of this. And I may even do a side-loaded belt of the steel going up there, since I need half as much. There we go. Send a side-loaded belt of steel up. And then I need plastic and I need copper. Plastic will be the next one. It's very close by. In fact, it's right over here. It runs along the same area as the steel does. We can underground. Whoop. I need to grab more red undergrounds. I don't need an underground right there. This one will be getting a full belt up. And then we just need to bring copper up here. Let's go grab some fast underground belt. As the factory grows, it gets a little confusing sometimes. I need to put on the map where I have things. Also, a major rework of the base will be coming in once we get into space and unlock a lot of the better things. There are pylons, which are a replacement for your substation, that hit a 64 by 64 area. The substation, which normally feels pretty large, is only a 12 by 12. Imagine what a 64 by 64 area looks like. Same thing for the beacons you can upgrade later. Once you get into space, you unlock a phenomenally powerful set of tools in the form of really amazing structures. Whoop, put that one off there. And I put that in the wrong spot. No, I did not. Getting myself confused because I've lost my bus. I didn't lose it. I stopped pushing it forward. That's what I should say. So I'm having to make sure that things are aligned the old-fashioned way. Guessing. That's the old-fashioned way, by the way. For anyone that didn't know. There we go. That'll bring copper up, which means this will start working. Now, what are we looking at here? It takes 20 seconds to craft a single one. In those 20 seconds, it will consume, let's see, half a glass a second per, or half of pretty much each of the items except for steel. So if I want to get one a second, I can do that easy. So we're going to do that. I want 20 of these running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to drop down, and that will make 10. And then we're going to redo the blueprint to include all 10. And just put it down again. I'm not running into anything. Good. And I will require one additional power pole there. And we can stop the things that will not need to go any further. Oh, I ran out of modules. Okay. That's an easy fix. I'm out of speed modules. Yes. I have those being produced, so I can go grab a handful. I probably need to get a few more of the productivity modules while I'm at it as well. Grab 2 stacks of those. Grab 2 stacks and then put the 15 I had back. Okay, so we'll be getting 1 a second in the form of low density structures. However, we're not making 1 a second in flying robot frames. That may be okay though. Let's finish putting in the modules. I did not check to see yet what I need from each of these for the flying, for the yellow science, utility science. So I need 1 robot frame, then I need 3 low density structures. So I need more low density structures and more blues to begin with. So that's not bad at all. And looking at this, I've been trying to do all my science on this side, but I don't know if I want to run a belt with each of these things down there. I think I'm going to. I'll just bite the bullet and go ahead and do it. We're going to combine these onto 1 line, however. So I will... No, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do either. There we go. And then that will give us our low density structures. And we just need to still some of our robot flying frames, which I'm going to use the stack inserters. And then we'll just bring this line down and we'll grab a line of blues and get yellows being produced. Simple enough. Probably a bad idea to have such a long lines. Once I get robots up, I could just have my robots carry the science packs. So I could make them where I'm making all these resources and then have the robots carry them back. I need to leave a little room so I can underground items. Okay, so we'll come in line with that and put down our utility science packs. And then I need blue circuits around here as well. So what I might do is bring the blue circuits just down the other side. So it's a good thing I left some room over here. And blue circuits are very nearby, which is another good win for us. Because I would rather not have an incredibly long line of blue circuits. They're a bit expensive at this point. How long do these take to craft? 35 seconds. That's an eternity. We can use slow inserters to feed these things. That also means I'm probably going to need a lot running all at once. I have no long-handed inserters. So let's go grab some of those. And then I need to go check and make sure that I actually placed all of the long-handed inserters I think that I placed over at our other builds. Sometimes I lose track of what's a ghost and what is the actual item when I get moving too fast. Grab some more power poles, more yellows, 2 stacks of reds, some more blues, put the 21 back. Let's just stock up on a little bit of everything we're low on right now. And I don't want yellow belts or yellow undergrounds right now. I'm trying to phase those things out. Like I said, let's make a quick trip back over there to make sure that I am not missing any red inserters, the long-handed inserters, on accident. Because there's a good chance, yes, I am missing a bunch of them. Was not paying attention whatsoever. There we go. Now it's running like it should. And we can run back down here and make use of our long-handed inserters again. And we're going to do that by outputting to a belt right here. Now I just need to power things in some kind of logical fashion. There we go. That uses only a few, and this last one I'm going to put right up there. That way if I grab a blueprint it won't have the extra power pole sitting in the blueprint. The thing is here, this is going to make 5 in 35 seconds. Which means 1 every 7 seconds at 1 crafting speed. Can you put a production module in here? You can! So that's definitely what I want to do. Put a production module in each one of these and a speed module. I could actually put some beacons down. I have the capability of crafting them. Let's check that out. Maybe I want to do full productivity in here and then speed modules outside. I need to get a setup going to upgrade my modules to 2 and then to 3 as well. What we're going to do here is hit those and go ahead and power that. So if I put a whole bunch of speed in there, what does that give us? 1.425 crafting speed. It'll go down once I put productivity module in there. 1.2. That's still really good, and that gives me room for more productivity modules. And you need the speed modules as well. That'll give me a bunch of yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 2 more. Because that's what this will hit. This beacon will affect 2 more. I guess it would be better to have done that mathematically. Figure out what I can actually afford to run here. But that's okay. I'll look at that momentarily. Right now, I'm getting our yellow science, our utility science packs made automatically. And then I need to run... Did that still the stack inserter I crafted? I think it did because I'm missing a few. I was looking for it for a moment going, where did that go? Alright, and I want to sneak right in here. This is going to be a very long line for the yellows, which I'm not a big fan of. Like I said, once I get bots up and running better, I'll probably set these up where right at the end of the production chains I have chests to collect the science packs, and then bots will fly them close to our science labs. I mean, to be honest with you, eventually this whole thing will go away because we'll be doing science in space. We'll be sending our science packs into a cargo rocket and then shooting them up into space and doing our science there. So as long as this runs, it's doing good. And it is. We just completed the utility science pack production line. It's going to need some optimization, which again I'll do off camera, but that gets us where we need to go. I can start military 4, and right after military 4, atomic bomb, which will give us atomic artillery. And that, my friends, is what we want. And then we will rain beautiful fire down on all of our enemies. I already have train setups. I need to build some artillery wagons when I finish artillery, which I actually need to put in there right after the atomic bomb, or right before the atomic bomb. And we will get that started, and I will do some stuff off camera to get things prepared for that next episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to give the video a like. If you enjoy this content and you want to see more like it, consider giving my channel a subscribe, and I will see you all next time.